Hi, I'm Yusuf of 7 String Media. I started this YouTube channel wanting to do guitar tutorials, and I plan to do those. But first, before I do those, there's something much more important that I would like to address. That's white privilege. It's something I think we all need to recognize exists, and it's in every one of our daily activities if you're not black. And it almost applies to everybody except black, right? So it's like everybody, if you're not black, blacks are the target right now. I mean, geez, they go from Arabs to Latinos to blacks, back to Jews, back to blacks again. And they can't figure out who they hate more. I know there's a lot of people that go to church that are good people that don't follow this crap ideology. But that's why we're talking about this today. Because you do know these people. You're a good person. You go to church, whatever. You're going to church with these people, and you see them around you. You hear the conversations. I know you do. Say something. I did. Today on Facebook, I saw a friend had posted a list of items that I guess protesters were requesting, and it had a few, sort of miscellaneous things, and it had cigarettes thrown in there, and ice, the good kind, and so everybody on this webpage from back in my hometown, or the people are from my hometown of Beaumont, Texas, where those federal prison guards came to Black Lives Matter Plaza and pummeled our people here in DC, right? Yeah, they were from Beaumont. That's the same town I was born in. Sorry. Completely white. I have not lived any black experience. I couldn't possibly know what it's like to have lived the black experience. And my eyes opening now it's sad because you feel like you just woke up towards the end of a long movie that you've missed because you're white and you've been able to sleep because people let you sleep. And everybody's like, oh, you think this is new? Yo, good morning. Good morning. You think this is new? Yes, very much good morning. We've been silent way too long. I lived in a town where they had no black people. They had a KKK. It was called Lumberton. And it's the next town over from Beaumont, so we flopped back and forth between cities a couple of times. So your background is completely different from your brothers with darker skin, if you're light like me. Your stories at the kitchen table are very different. Your Christmas stories and your Thanksgiving stories and your photo albums. If you think of yours and it's all nice and pretty and, flowery and the good old days or the golden age, the golden era when they were using those water cannons. I mean, the golden era for who? And at whose expense? You can't, white America? You can't turn a blind eye to this shit anymore. This is our litter. We're the ones doing it. We are the ones that need to pick it up. Nobody else. It's not their responsibility to pick it up. It's ours. So we need to educate ourselves. Join NAACP. Get online and dig yourself out of this rut that you feel like being neutral is okay. It's no longer okay. Being silent is no longer okay. That is the white privilege. And that white privilege is stifling and slowing down change. So that's why I want to get it out in the open so we can get it out of the way because it's stifling. So let's fess up. Let's cop to it. Let's raise our hands and say, yeah, wow, I've totally had a head start in life compared to my Black American brothers and sisters in general, on the by and large, racial, whites to blacks, right? Obviously, there are numerous exceptions to that. But by and large, that's how it's presented, and it's evil. So I deleted this guy on Facebook. But first I talked to him about a post, and I said, look, this smacks of racism. I said, really? Not you? And he wrote back, it's not, he didn't even say it's not racism. He said, oh, it's about capitalism, and they are the ones who don't like it. Because I was asking him, who's they? Because someone was making a comment about the protesters. And so I wanted to know who they were all talking about. So, yeah, I deleted him, but I did call him out on it. And if I see any more, I will call them out on it, and I will not associate with them. I'm sorry, but that shit's... I can't. So, I ask that you please open your eyes, if you haven't already. God, we've had so many people. We've had a zillion people open their eyes so far that are seeing reality. They're seeing the blood in the streets. We're seeing the blood in the streets. Every day we're seeing the blood in the streets. And it's fresh blood every day. They make sure of it. And it's always a white dude making sure it's a black dude's blood spilling on the floor. Show him who's boss. So he can go home and eat a hamburger and drink chocolate milk. I'm glad that we're rethinking the whole police force policy in general, the concept of how we respond to emergencies. I think that's well deserved. I think we definitely need that, and I think that's going to be part of the solution. But we've still got a ways to go. But I wanted to get that out there. White privilege. If you're hearing racist shit from your friends, call them out. Call them out on social media. I don't care if it's social media. It's only social media. It's social media. People are hearing you, whether it's a phone, a text message, whether it's on Instagram. There's still words communicating from one person to another. So don't belittle it just because it's social media. Okay, this is serious. This is where people live. That's all I've got to say. Is just cop to it. Let's understand that that's the reason that we're just now seeing this blood on the streets. Because there's a lot of old blood on the streets too that we just ain't seen. We've not seen. Because we're white. And we have the luxury of being able to look away and ignore. Look at our watch and pretend not to notice. I don't want to pretend not to notice. So that is my post. Thank you for listening, and welcome to the page. And Black Lives Matter.